We need to talk about Honey and how this love song redefines colors and heals so many wounds from the past, while also being incredibly sexy, with spicy little details everyone keeps missing.
You can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want.
Honey, sweetheart, lovely. They sound sweet, but they're actually some of the nicknames people use most often in a passive-aggressive way. Throughout this song, Taylor tells us a short story with each of these nicknames, and how they were used against her in condescending and mean ways. Taylor said this about Honey. Honey is a song about how words that have been meant to hurt you in the past can be repurposed by someone who loves you in a way that feels totally different. You know, if the only time you were called honey was when someone was like, "That look is not working for you, honey." Like, that is very different than when somebody calls you honey in a sweet way, in a sincere way, in a lovely way. And it's kind of about sort of the idea of healing these old wounds that were caused by certain words that now feel totally lovely and sweet. The story behind the word sweetheart is pretty clear. It's the typical way someone talks to you when they feel like you're invading their territory. Women are often blamed for getting men's attention, even by accident, and they're held accountable for men's actions and bad behavior. In the story behind the word honey, I can totally picture a jealous or very conservative person criticizing Taylor's outfit. White teeth means smiling, but not a real smile. More like a forced, unpleasant one while throwing a venomous comment about her skirt and trying to keep up appearances. This line makes me think these nickname stories come from when she was younger. As she said in the podcast, it's harder to hurt her feelings now.
I've been in the music industry for 20 years. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings at this point.
She's a pro, and it took me.
But her crying over a mean comment about her skirt takes me back to times when she used to wear them more often, like the 1989 era or even earlier. And maybe that's why those comments stay with her, because she was younger. That little vocal tweak Taylor does here, totally underrated if you ask me. Taylor has referenced the color blue all across her discography, using it to describe sadness, especially in her last long-term relationship, where from the very beginning he was blue, and he made her blue. And even when the relationship was falling apart, she didn't want another shade of blue, because she didn't know any different. Then her new love, her muse, comes into her life. And with one sincere touch, these nicknames suddenly take on their real meaning again. Sweet, genuine, affectionate. No more sadness, redefining old concepts. Redefined all of those blues.
Yeah, you're just the warmest person, depth without darkness.
This is so different from Call It What You Want. That song came from insecurity, from not wanting to name things and risk breaking something fragile. But here, Taylor confidently tells her muse to call her however he wants, to use whatever nickname he wants, because she knows she's the one he wants. A full 180. On the desk where Taylor and Travis recorded the podcast, you can see wintergreen mints, apparently Travis's. So she's talking about his kisses. This line hits different now, because in Dear Reader she said, "A house, not a home, all alone 'cause nobody's there." Now she comes home, and everything is joy and playfulness between her and her muse. This part is way sexier than people think. If you look at the lyric video, bed down is literal. Even though in Eldest Daughter, she says she's not a bad bitch, and in the clean version, she says she's not the baddest. Here, her partner makes her feel like, to him, she's the coolest, the baddest in the land. What started as something casual, not looking for anything serious, especially after a heartbreak, slowly became something deeper. And even though in Elizabeth Taylor, she questions whether it'll last forever, here she says it with a playful, flirty tone. Travis Kelce calls Taylor sweetie.
No, it's the color of your eyes, sweetie.
I was hanging with him the other day and he was like, sweetie, he said.
And sweetie, it's yours might have a double meaning. This is storytelling from, well, couple moments. I'm telling you, this part gets totally ignored because everyone is too busy freaking out over wood. By the way, I'm leaving the video about the double meanings of wood in the description box. And yes, there's more than one. Travis had already given us an Easter egg for this line in the clip promoting the podcast.
No, it's the color of your eyes, sweetie.
Travis's eye color has been a whole debate online.
And what color does Travis say his eyes are?
Taylor still hasn't defined it for us, but she did give us this line. Late night has a double meaning. Someone would call her late at night to mess with her head, or someone actually called her late night in a dismissive, derogatory way. Here, Taylor is talking about a past relationship, a toxic situationship with zero respect. If someone calls you late night or only looks for you at that hour, it basically means they only want you for that, with no promises, no commitment, and no real appreciation for you. We see this reflected in the poem from the Tortured Poets Department, where she calls it temporary insanity, mutual maniac phase, self-harm. She explains how her ex played with her mind and desires. She was coming out of a long relationship that led nowhere, and then walked into another relationship with the same empty promises. That's why she says she went from the oven to the microwave. This makes me think it's the same muse from Tortured Poets songs like The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, with You Tried to Buy Some Pills, or Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus with the line, You needed me, but you needed more. Taylor is so vulnerable here. Throughout the song, she's talked about nicknames some people or even strangers used against her, but here she tells us this hurt her from inside a relationship. This is huge after The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, which says, You said normal girls were boring, but you were gone by the morning. This time, her muse stays. Everything feels right. That's why this song radiates so much confidence. Fun facts. One of the vinyl versions is called Summertime Spritz Pink Shimmer. In the lyric video, the hotel room door is number 87, Travis Kelce's jersey number. She says lovely was used hypocritically against her, which is funny when you think of her saying, it's honestly lovely in actually romantic. Honey is one of the least streamed songs on the album, but it has its own fan base online, the Honey Hive. And honestly, it's a pretty successful song for not being a single. This album is just insanely successful. Taylor had already teased Honey in that Instagram story about Adam Sandler's movie Happy Gilmore 2. This was one of my instant favorites. I loved the confidence in it and how she tells us that this relationship is healing certain words and meanings for her. If you've ever left a complicated relationship and entered a normal one, you definitely understand the feeling. How everything becomes clearer, how things get a new meaning. That's why Taylor feels so confident and light on this album. And maybe fans who love huge, dramatic bridges might struggle to connect with this one, but here, Taylor is being so vulnerable, talking about how she's been treated in past relationships. As a Swiftie, it makes me happy that Taylor has a light, healing song like this after so many heavy, heartbreaking lyrics in Tortured Poets. The songs on this album feel different because Taylor isn't doubting her muse anymore. She only questions if they're forever in Elizabeth Taylor, the first song she wrote for this album. And at the end, she tells him, "Don't you ever end up anything but mine." And throughout the rest of the album, she's not afraid to say what she wants, be flirty, and love out loud. And I think some people are going to hate me for saying this, but we really haven't had that in her other songs in I don't even know how long. Because all the love songs from Lover and the ones from Reputation always have a bit of anxiety and doubt in them. Can I go where you go? Call it what you want. Is it cool that I said all that? We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? She even said it herself in an interview.
I wanted the chorus to be these like really simple existential questions that we ask ourselves when we're in love. Can I go where you go? Is such a heavy thing to ask somebody. Can we always be this close? Has so much fear in it. But so does love.
And yes, those old songs are super romantic and still my favorites. But the confidence and lightness in these new lyrics is beautiful. About the production, I'm sorry, but I love it. I had to look up the genre, and it's a country pop and synth pop ballad with R&B influences. And Taylor's voice when she says, honey, it's so sexy. The beat switch, I need more of that. I wanted more songs like this on the album, and I hope she gives us more in the future. And that was my analysis of Honey. What do you think? Do you have any theories or interpretations about the song? Let me know in the comments. You can also tell me which song you want me to talk about next. Meanwhile, I invite you to check out the next videos.